Shri Shri Ras Viharini Ju Ki Jai Ho Ji. Sab Vaishnavan Ko Jai Shri Krishna. Day 61 of Vrajakishori Seva Trust reading. Shri Hari Rai Ji Ke Bade Shiksha Patra. Letter 24 and starting at verse 1. Introduction. This 24th letter beautifully explains the central principles of the path of grace and refuge, how and where relationship and grace this age of Kali cannot affect adherence to this path. The 24th letter explains how the basis of everything is simply Shri Krishna's grace. Therefore you should take firm refuge in Sri Vallabhacharyaji's lotus feet. When the Lord and his entourage are manifest upon the earth, and Sri Yamunaji unites the embodied souls with the Lord, and when he is not actually manifest, then it is Sri Vallabhacharyaji who brings about this supreme relationship. Just as a poisonous snake, capable of killing everyone, cannot affect those who habitually imbibe nectar, in the same way this terrible and vicious age of Kali, which destroys everyone's intelligence, cannot affect those who take shelter at his lotus feet. Therefore, in times of riches and equally in poverty, you should know the 8-syllable prayer taught by Sri Vallabhacharyaji to be the only means and worthwhile attainment. It has been explained above how you should give up anxiety and engage yourself in serving the Lord. But is an embodied soul truly capable of this? Most are gripped in the teeth of this wicked age of struggle. Surrender to Sri Vallabhacharyaji evokes the Lord's grace to achieve this surrender. It will now be described how. Verse 1. On the devotional path, grace is the highest principle, and doubtless it is from grace alone that all perfection is attained. Tika 1. In Sri Vallabhacharyaji's path of grace, reward is attained through grace and not through practices or means. Sri Krishna's grace is the highest principle and cause of all perfection. Therefore, Vaishnava devotees situated in this path have already received the perfect reward, and if they are capable of any so-called spiritual practices, then so what? They are on the path of grace with total surrender to the Lord, and without a doubt Sri Krishna will perfect everything for them through his supreme power of grace. Verse 2. This grace is showered upon those who surrender at Sri Vallabhacharyaji's lotus feet, to whom he then reveals the Lord Sri Krishna, who then blesses those embodied souls. Tika. When an embodied soul enters the path of grace, they surrender to Sri Vallabhacharyaji. He then reveals Sri Krishna to them, and they receive his grace-filled blessings. Verses 3, 4, 5, and 6. Therefore, the embodied soul should take firm shelter in Sri Vallabhacharyaji, just as, in the time of Sri Krishna's direct manifestation, the gopis resorted to Sri Yamunaji. For the Pulindi, forest women, their shelter was Sri Giriraji. The Agni Kumarika gopis resorted to Katyayani Devi. All of these were capable of cementing their relationship to God. For these surrendered souls, Sri Krishna himself appeared, as in the Ras Leela when he appeared to the humble Vraja devotees. When Sri Krishna is not directly manifest, there is no other means but surrender to Sri Acharyaji, who facilitates the relationship of the embodied souls to the Lord. This is verse 6. Tika, therefore, the embodied soul should take firm shelter in Sri Acharyaji's lotus feet, whereby they will achieve the highest reward of relationship with him. When the Lord and his Kumarika gopis attained the Lord through resorting to Sri Yamunaji. When the Lord and his entourage were manifest on the earth, the Kumarika gopis attained the Lord through resorting to Sri Yamunaji. Now the embodied soul establishes a relationship with the Lord through Vallabhacharyaji, who is the most important refuge. In this present day and age, Sri Vallabhacharyaji is one entrance to that realm, just as in the time of manifestation, Sri Haridas Varya, the Giriraj mountain, was resorted to by the forest-dwelling Pulindi ladies, whereby they attained devotion and an entrance to Sri Krishna's eternal pastimes. The unmarried gopis, the Agni Kumarikas' relationship to the Lord, was also perfected by Sri Yamunaji, although they used the goddess Katyayani as a ruse. The Lord accepted the Pulindi's service through the intervention of Sri Giriraji, and the gopis through Sri Yamunaji. In this very fashion, the Vaishnava's service to the Lord is accepted through Sri Vallabhacharyaji. When Sri Krishna is personally manifest, he himself is the agent of his own attainment. It is recounted in the 5 chapters of the Srimad Bhagavatam describing the Ras Leela, that is the Sri Ras Panchadhyay, that he could be attained solely through utter humility. In the Gopi Geet, the song sung by the gopis to Sri Krishna when they were separated from him during this period, it is stated, the gopis cried in loud voices and called out to him in many different ways because they were craving for his sight, their voices full of distress because of their separation from him. Due to these painful and humble cries, the Lord appeared amongst them with his smiling lotus face, yellow cloth and forest garland fit to entice even the enticer, Cupid. In the times of direct manifestation, Sri Yamunaji, Sri Giriraji and the Lord himself grant the perfect goal to those humble souls. At other times, when the Lord and his entourage are not directly visible, the link and relationship are established through this grace-filled path. In this age of Kali, the age of struggle which commenced when the Lord left the earth, there is no other way than through the auspices of Sri Vallabhacharya, who creates the relationship with the Lord, which is the supreme reward. Verse 7, therefore, Sri Acharyaji has stated in his Sri Krishnashri, the refuge in Sri Krishna treatise, I entreat you, Sri Krishnam, who is the uplifter of those who take shelter in you. Tika, in his Sri Krishnashri treatise, Sri Vallabhacharyaji entreats the Lord on behalf of the embodied soul to uplift all those who surrender to him and to promise them to give them faith and patience so that they know that they will be uplifted, so not to worry. Verse 8. So that Vaishnavas may develop firm faith, Sri Acharyaji has promised in his Sri Krishna treatise that whosoever recites it in the close proximity of Sri Krishna will develop surrender to and refuge in the Lord. Therefore in your heart do not imagine that the reward will be granted in any other way. Tika. Having implored Sri Krishna on behalf of the Vaishnavas, see the previous verse, now Sri Acharyaji promises those devotees on the path of grace that if one recites these verses in close proximity to Sri Krishna, then they will be blessed with perfect faith and surrender. This is indeed his promise. Just as in the pastime of the Lord, stealing the gopis' garments, he promises them that he will meet them in the autumn season and dance with them to fulfill their desire. They were thus filled with such faith, otherwise they would not have been able to sustain such longings until the autumn came. In the same way now, Sri Acharyaji promises his devotees full faith, thus already granting them the ultimate reward. Do not think of the reward, in any other way. So thus we complete the reading for today, and tomorrow we will continue with letter 24, verse 9. Sab Vaishnavan ko Jai Shri Krishna. जय जय श्री राधे जी। आज के आनंद की जय हो।